Canada and cackling geese are common breeders in nearly all habitats throughout North America. As of 2011, these birds have been classified as one of two species, either Canada goose, which are generally larger-bodied geese, or cackling goose, which are smaller. There are numerous subspecies of each species. Although there are morphological and coloration variations among species and subspecies, the basic plumage patterns are similar, and it is difficult to differentiate them from the air. For aerial identification purposes, you will likely refer to them generically as Canada geese. When swimming, Canada geese have a gray-brown body, a fairly long black neck, a white cheek patch, and white undertail coverts. Males and females have similar plumage. From a distance, the white cheek patch is rarely visible. Canada geese are just as at home on land as in the water. You often see them along shorelines or grazing around the periphery of wetlands. During breeding pair surveys, observers should also look for Canada goose pairs in uplands adjacent to water areas. Canada geese vary in size and coloration. Cackling geese, shown here, are found mostly in Alaska and northern Canada and have smaller bodies with relatively shorter necks, whereas Canada geese may be significantly larger and have longer necks as well. Canada geese take flight readily from water or land. They have a black tail with white coverts that form a single U or V-shaped white band at the base of the tail. Both the wings and the body are uniform gray-brown. Their wing beat is slow relative to ducks, but the rapidity of wing beat varies considerably among Canada goose subspecies. In fact, wing beat speed can be helpful in separating large and small species of Canada geese during winter surveys. Larger Canada geese, as seen here, have a relatively slower wing beat and long neck. At the other end of the spectrum are cackling geese. The subspecies minima, shown here, is the smallest subspecies and occurs on the Yukon Delta in Alaska. They have a much faster wing beat than larger geese, as well as a relatively short neck and head. Species most similar to Canada geese are brant and white-fronted geese. The breeding range for brant overlaps with Canada geese mainly in Arctic and subarctic coastal areas, so for most of the continent, the two species don't overlap and won't be confused during the breeding season. The most useful traits that distinguish brant from Canadas, while swimming or on land, are the brant's lighter flanks and possibly the white cheek patch of the Canada goose that's lacking in brant. White-fronted geese tend to sit on the water with a forward lean and butt held high, and their plumage is lighter than Canada's overall. In flight, look for the brant's pointed wings and the sharp V-shaped white band on the tail. Compared to white-fronted geese, Canada geese have overall darker plumage, and the outer part of the wings are slightly darker than inner parts, almost opposite of white fronts that appear to have overall lighter outer wings. Also, Canada geese have only a single white band on the tail, whereas white fronts have two white bands, although it may be hard to see both bands. To sum up for Canada and cackling geese, look for the fairly uniform gray-brown body with a black neck, possibly a white face patch if you get a good look at them in good light, and in flight, look for the black tail with a single U-shaped white band.